Hey everyone, it's Don with Don's Field of Dreams Cards, making a video here on the last day of the year for a particular person who said their contest ran until the 31st. And he got a little antsy and made a video basically begging a bunch of us to make a video for his contest. And so after we all saw that, we decided we'll make a video, but let's make Jake, yes, you Jake, sweat a little bit. And we all decided to wait till the last day of the contest to make this video for Jake. And my boy Jake's a little needy. If you see the clip, which you're going to see because I'm going to show it here next, he was basically on his knees begging us to make a video for him. So, I guess he thought no one watched his channel and needed some videos. So let me show you a clip of what Jake was asking us to do.
John Mangini, he's made, in the 2 weeks since I released my, contest, he's made about 76 videos. And I know he loves looking at baseball cards. He can look at some in his response for his video for me. Granted, it might be a long video, but still, he's had plenty of chances. He's been on YouTube. Donnie Livestream. Look, man, your submission can be a live stream. Like, you can go live and do my contest. I'm okay with that, all right? I know you're Donnie Livestream. I get it. Lou Rock TV. I don't think he thinks I'm beautiful anymore. George, Diamond Yard Sports Cards. I know that you've watched 42 straight times in the last 2 weeks, but you could take a break from your love for Jackie Robinson to support your boy, okay? It'd be nice of you.
Okay, as you can see, Jake was pretty much begging at least four of us. There was actually more, but I cut it down to the four misfits he mentioned, and you'll see why in a moment. And I was like, all right, Jake, we'll make a video for you. And I know you're really desperate for some views and subs, and so, it was the least I could do. But another thing that Jake has made videos on is being a member of the Misfits. And thought I would consider him. Jake's a good guy, good friend. And then he made a video. And before I show this clip, Jake he's a very religious guy and loves Jesus, as do I. But I wonder what Jesus would think of this video. Not very Christian or Christ-like Jake. Jake physically abused me is what it came down to, throwing baseballs or whatever those balls were at my head. And so Jake, I think you need to sit down and have a talk with somebody about some of your anger issues. But I thought about the vote for Misfits for him, and I thought it was only fair that I should show you how I voted. And then after my vote, because we were kind of torn, it was not a tie, but the three guys you did not mention in your video begging for us to make a video all voted yes for you. But we decided, let's get an impartial person, and let's get somebody in your age range, Jake. He's actually younger than you, because we thought, well, most of us Misfits, we're older guys, and maybe we're just, maybe we can't relate to you as well as a younger guy can. So we asked Dom from Staven Sports Cards to take a look at your application and make a vote on it. So after you see my vote, we're going to get Dom's reply as well. So let's take a look at my vote.
Dang it! John, accept my application! Ah! Ah!
So Jake, that clip of you showing four of us that you were begging us to vote for, you left three of the Misfits out, and you're not very good at math. You should have left four of us out and only did a video on three, because the four of us that you begged for a vote voted one way, and three that you didn't beg to vote for you voted another way. So we decided to have a recall. And before I tell you who we decided to kind of have the tie-breaking vote, I wanted you to see how I voted. I thought it was only fair that I make my vote public. So using your card you gave me here with your autograph on it, the Jake Brewer special 1956 Topps version, here's how I voted. There you go, Jake. There's my vote.
I almost forgot. We've received Jake's application for the Misfits. Thank you so much.
Well, sorry, Jake. I think it's pretty clear where your application stands. It hit the garbage can twice, and then, man, Dom got a piece of that. He's probably still in that neighbor's yard from your movie with the I can't even think of the name of your movie right now, so that'll probably piss you off too, which is good. But I'm actually really considering another gentleman for the Misfits who just a great guy in the community, and he's really risen up high on our list and could possibly be the next member. So with further ado, I'll share his photo with you. Okay, Jake, enough fun at your expense. Man, you make it too easy. Love you, brother. So what do I collect? So the first thing I collect are post-war Hall of Famers. And I have 3 sets that are displayed that are finished or almost finished. Here's my 1954 Topps Hall of Fame run. And just recently made these shelves. Shout out to Drew, who helped me design these and give me advice. So you'll see I have a 54 Red Heart Stan Musial, because he didn't have a card in this set, but it filled my case. It's the same year. And I have 1 spot here. And Roy Campanella did not have a card this year. And his Wilson Franks would be a great card to add to that set. So anyone who wants to send me a Roy Campanella, greatly appreciate it. You've all seen this before, my 1964 Topps stand-ups. So one thing I've noticed with these in the display case, I don't notice the condition or the grade of the cards at all, or even who the grader is, even though I do have them separated just basically because of the height. They look a little more uniform. I'll come over here. And I've shown this one before. I don't know if I've shown the other two, but my 1956 Topps run. Just love how these cards look in the cases. And to be honest, I like this darker wood better than the light cherry that I did over there. But Drew was like, don't you dare stain that. It'll turn a beautiful color over time. So shout out to Bob Lewis and Scott Reindeer Studios, my Don Mossy card. And if you're wondering why I have a 1955 Gil Hodges in with my 56s, it's because idiot me thought he was buying a 56 Gil Hodges when I actually bought a 55. So until I get that rectified, I'm going to keep the 55 in there. So what else do I collect? First of all, here's probably my favorite piece of my whole collection from my buddy Scott Reindeer Studios. So let's stay on the theme of Hall of Fame post-war. Well, I take that back. There's a few pre-war here, and I'm just starting to dabble in pre-war cards, but post-war Hall of Famers are my main part of my collection, and they got to be graded, right, Jake? Got to go with the graded cards. Nothing better. So I'm just going to show a bunch of random cards. There's no rhyme or reason to why I picked these particular cards. Just cards I like, just to show you kind of the depth or range of my collection. So you got the 52 Bowman Snyder. Picked this up at, not this past National, but the one in Chicago. 33 Gowdy Dizzy Dean. 69 Nolan Ryan. Love that card. I like that card better than his rookie. Same with Bench's first year card. Always loved this card. 58 Warren Spahn. Got the 61 Hank Aaron. Bought this one raw, Jake. but you know I couldn't keep it raw. 7.5, 65, Carl Yastrzemski. I honestly love every Bowman set. It'd be cool to have all the Hall of Famers every Bowman set, but there's a couple tough ones with the 51 Mays and Mantle and some of the 49 Bowmans. So Willie Mays, 55. Another raw card, Jake. There's no longer raw. 53, Jackie. My second Red Heart, I showed you the Musial earlier, Minnie Minoso. This is one of my favorite Frank Robinson cards as I throw it on the table here. Love the 59 Robinson. And then this is another great card. And I have another card with the actual photo of this pose. My 53 Stallmeyer, but this is the 51 Bowman Campanella. One of my favorite cards in my collection. So three other sets that I'm working on. One is the 50 Bowman. I think I need 6 or 7 Hall of Famers to finish that. And I have all the big guys except for Ashburn. Love that Yogi Berra. Great card. First became aware of this card watching, I don't know if he did a video on it or one of his live chats. I think he did a video of it. Alex Bowman 53 introduced me to this Duke Snider. Love that card. Another great card, Bob Feller. Looks like he's warming up over by the dugout. And then here's a raw one for you, Jake. Warren Spahn. And actually 3 of his cards use the same pose. So enjoy this in its raw condition, buddy. Because someday we'll have a beautiful, beautiful slab on it, Jake. Another set that I'm working on is the 57 Topps. Now this set, I have a lot of the big guys, but there's still a lot I need. I don't have the the Brooks Robinson rookie. Who else is big? Mazeroski's rookie. I do have Frank Robinson's. But I got Whitey Ford, Mickey Mantle, and I had this card once before and I sold it and really regretted it. So I was really happy to get that back. Love this Ernie Banks. It's a great pose of his batting stance. And I think this is one of the all-time classic cards in the collection. The Hank Aaron backwards. So another set that I'm going after, but not super aggressively, is the Bowman 53. Beautiful Ralph Kiner. Now the tough card for me in this set, as just about any set, is the Mickey Mantle. So might get this set done without that. This is GIF from Alex Bowman 53. Very generous of him. Great card. Here you go, Jake. Here's one of your Braves. And as others have said about this Warren Spahn card, it's really cool seeing that that logo on there. So those are sets that I'm actively working on. So as many of you know, and if you watch my channel, which obviously you're watching it right now, IPC Stan Musial and Roberto Clemente. And I asked my good friend Scott to make some kind of video with the two of them together, because I've honestly searched all over, could not find a photo of these two guys together. The only one I found is an all-star photo of about 10 of them walking off the field, and there's about 6 or 7 players in between Musial and Clemente. So favorite piece of my whole collection. You know, I was just speechless when he gave this to me this summer at the baseball game we went to, and even when my wife saw it, she was just blown away, and my wife could care less about any of this stuff. But let's start with Clemente, show a couple of his cards. Got to go to the Clemente Museum this fall, and can't believe I waited so long to go there. If you are ever in Pittsburgh, it's well worth it. It's $21 to get in, which is reasonable, and you can obviously figure out why they came out with 21. Such a great place. You know, and you can't see it all. There's just so much in there. So here's his 71. 64 that I picked up at the National in Chicago. And a couple of his I don't know. I guess they're not really oddball cards, but they're just throw irregular. Topps Giants. And then the East Hills. Then my last guy, this is no secret, right here, Stan the Man, fellow Pittsburgher, that I, just one of my all-time favorite players, but wanted to show some cards that aren't his standard Topps cards. Bought this one off of JT at the National this year. Love this Bowman card. I still don't have his Leaf or his other Bowman, so those are eluding me, but those are on the list someday. Got the Wheaties, Stan Musial. Yeah, actually, there's a portrait shot of that. Another one I bought raw, Jake. I'm sure you love it, slabbed. The Venezuela card, and I was really thrilled I got it too, because these are so hard to get condition. I actually have a friend from Venezuela who translated that for me. I think I did a video on that, and didn't tell anyone that I had it translated and pretended like I could speak Spanish, and had a couple people commenting on how good my Spanish is, and really all I know how to say is cerveza. And then love this card too. The oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank on this? Redman. Jeez, how could I not remember that? So he's got one other one that I need to get. And speaking of Jake, Jake picked up an original Redman package, and I forget who the player was on it, but really cool at the National this year. So Jake, there you go. There's what I collect and why I collect, and having a little fun at your expense. You throw it back at us pretty well, so it's a little fun to give it to you. And as I've always said, if we didn't make fun of you, we probably don't like you. So I guess we really like you, Jake. But you're a good guy. Appreciate everything you do in the hobby. Hope you have a great year. And as always, guys, thanks for watching my video, and I'll talk to you soon.
Say goodbye, Scott.
And they want $30. Yeah, so we